Good morning. It is 8:21 a.m. on Monday, December 27th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So I'm still at my dad's house. Yesterday, we hung around for a while and then we went over and had sandwiches with my brother and sister-in-law and niece again. And, it was a fine little afternoon excursion. And we came back and we ate some taco salad and watched The Blues Brothers, which is one of my favorite movies. It's just joy to watch that movie. Obviously, everyone has their own different preferences and everything, but that movie, I just kind of grew up with it, and I love it so much. I think it's interesting too. The comedy in it, I think, has aged really well compared to a lot of other contemporary or movie its contemporaries made at that time, and it's just chock full of, like, obviously, if you've seen it, you know that one of the most memorable things about it is the sheer extravagance of how many cop cars get wrecked in that final sequence, and just the ridiculousness of how much effort that they're putting in to catch these two guys. Oh, hopefully my video won't be interrupted there. My computer's just giving me errors there. But the sheer number of um, cops, and then by the end, like, they're literally sending in the army, not even the National Guard, but the army. And everyone, it's easy to remember that part. But then there's also in this movie so many little comedy notes in scenes that otherwise don't have a lot going on. They just still every second into something is a little bit silly, a little bit funny, whether it's the fact that, I mean, a perfect encapsulation of this is um, you have this running gag that Carrie Fisher is trying to is attacking the Blues Brothers with these ridiculous over-the-top weapons like flamethrowers and rocket launchers and stuff like that. But the payoff to every single one of those is they just don't react. It's just like, eh, you know, it's life. And just so many little fun line readings and looks and everything that plays off the largely deadpan affectation that Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi have as the Blues Brothers. And then, of course, on top of all of that is the music, right? They got incredible people in this movie: James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, Cab Calloway. It's like, because on the one hand, in terms of like the real history of of the blues music, rather, I mean, the idea that these two white actors, setting themselves up as the Blues Brothers, right? Like, it's, uh, I don't want to say ahistorical, that's not quite right, but, you could potentially say it's, something like that could venture into the idea of like cultural appropriation is the word, meaning theoretically you could get there, but in this movie they they put so much effort into getting the actual real performers, names I just mentioned, and putting them on display like they're the real stars. Like, we get the big show with the Blues Brothers band themselves by the end, but we're also have celebrated real blues performers the whole way through. And then, of course, Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi are not necessarily the best dancers, but for other sequences, they hired a whole bunch of professional dancers with elaborate choreography and stuff like that. It's great stuff. I just love that movie so much. It's just in my heart, and it brings me joy to revisit it. And watching it with my dad, who also loves it, was just fine way to spend an evening. So I hope that this holiday season you are able to find something that brings you joy like that. And whatever that might be, whether it's a movie or something else entirely, whether it's with family or with friends or just all by yourself, I just hope you find some things that bring you joy and enjoy them. All right. So in the meantime, got brunch to attend, so I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.